Hello. And I have this series on purpose that are unending, but trust me, this is the last one. And I'm excited to be back. And I just want to talk to you about, how to build on purpose, right? Because, what I hear a lot from, kingdom women and, moms and women, I don't know, women, right? Is I start and I cannot accomplish, right? And sometimes, some women say, I've been doing well and I've been advancing well, but then I have a month, a full month. You find someone on a plateau for a month, right? And I have addressed some of the things that because there's a lot of influence that we should agree, a lot of influence. There's a lot of, someone called it, I have to remember it, a lot of information, suffocation, and knowledge, and we need the knowledge, right? But we need wisdom to build. We need the information, but we need wisdom to build, right? So this, a lot of information, a lot of knowledge, social media, consumerism, it's a lot. And that is, if we're not really stable and we don't know where we're coming from, if we forget, who we are, our identity, the truth, right? We won't be able to do business as really kingdom living women. And some of you that have not met me, my name is Christina Lize. I'm a kingdom living woman, and we do business the kingdom way, right? So, I'm a transformational coach, and I do help women step into their places of purpose to maximize their potentials and also monetize their ideas, their gifts, their talents. So that is where I come from. But I want to talk to you about, if you're that person and that's how you are feeling, like I just can't get to that point where I'm breaking forth and I'm breaking through, because of all these things that are interrupting and distracting. So distraction is normal. It's gonna come when you get onto a journey, right? When you step into your car, even if you have your GPS, things are gonna happen. Sometimes we don't plan for them. Sometimes we have to plan, right? It'd be like, okay, if I go on the highway and there's traffic, what am I supposed to do before I start? I'm gonna make sure I, leave early just to account for the traffic that I may find along the way. Right? You may find yourself, in back roads. So make sure your phone is charged so you don't have to, get into the back roads and you don't know how to go. So that is the journey that we walk every day, the journey of purpose. And if we don't take some of these things, really as our daily practices, as our daily habits, it's gonna get tough along the way, right? But I want to show you today, how do you even build, lasting brands, lasting businesses, do life on purpose, whereby you're in position to take care of the distractions and hindrances and barriers that come along the way. And we've always talked about authenticity, because authenticity, gets you closer to God and gets you closer to the truth. And it also gets you closer to love, because God is love. And usually when when love is not there, things are gonna be a little tough and gonna be a little different, as you know. All right. So, one of the things that I want to address today, the four things that I want to share with you, and one of the things is your creative glory. I hashtagged that. Right, that's something that I stepped into, not recently, but I got to a revelation of it, a lot. So your creative glory is your sweet spot. And when we do life on purpose, when you start building on purpose, you have to put in mind that you are a creative with God. We create with Him. It's because we have His likeness, we have His image, we have His spirit, right? So we create from a place of inspiration. We create from a place of divine connection. And if you realize, the more you get into creativity, that is, you think. We have, the Bible says, as a man thinketh in his heart, that is what he is, right? So the thoughts that we think, those are the things that we create. Right? And by faith, we create with God. And the Bible says that we cannot please Him if we don't have faith. And yesterday I was reading in James, and he says, faith without works is dead. Right? It's not there. And faith is a substance. I think I shared that today on my social media, that a faith is not a vacuum. It's a substance of things that we don't see, right? So when we step into our creative glory, listen to this, competition is gonna become irrelevant. And I want you to learn that. When you step into that creativity where now you have to use your mind, you go into meditation, you go and think about your vision, you paint the picture of what you want and how you want it. You paint a picture of your family and exactly what you want with God, right? Competition will disappear. Yet, on the other hand, if we do not step into that place, many times we're corrupted by competition. We're blinded by competition. And because that's what, as humans, it comes because we're human beings. But when we step into our divine nature, then we start being creative. So when you're building, when you're doing anything now, think about the gift of the creativity that God has given you. I'm gonna run really quick. So the next one is that your brand, or some of you are doing ministry, and some of you are doing a business, and some of you are doing a job, right? But I want to let you know that whatever you're doing, whatever it is that you're doing, that is your ministry. That is your ministry, and it is not separate. Sometimes when we go to church on Sunday, we go, and then Monday we go to the jobs, right? And it feels like it's different worlds. But to be able to build life, sustainable life, and a sustainable things or businesses, whatever it is that you're building, even ministries, right? Those two are inseparable. Serving God in your place of work, that's what makes who you are. That's what makes your job purposeful, right? Serving God in your business is what makes you purposeful. It's actually, that's a place of joy, right? So wherever you are, take it as your ministry. Not all of us are going to be on the pulpits, right, preaching, right? But we can extend this love to people. We can extend generosity to people. We can extend compassion to people through the things that we do, right? And then the third one is we build with wisdom. When we do life on purpose, when we work and really desire to step into that place of our why we are here, why God created us, right? We build with wisdom, or we build on wisdom. And that's very important because, like I mentioned, there's so much information, there's so much knowledge, which is good, right? We got so much knowledge being in school, right? But we don't use even 30% of what we acquired in school, and we still are bombarded by knowledge and information, books, newspapers, the media, and all that. That, right? And if you're running anything, if you're doing any kind of a business or ministry, I keep addressing business and ministry because that is what I do, right? So if you're doing anything and you're really depending on knowledge and information, and out there you can testify that it's overwhelming, right? But when we step out of there and seek God, because the Bible says that the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. That means God is our CEO. He's the founder of our organizations or whatever that we do, right? So the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. The Bible says also in the book of Proverbs that with wisdom a house is built, right? And with knowledge it is established. And with no, with knowledge it's established. But with no, with understanding it's established. I'm sorry. But with knowledge, right? Things are put in, riches are put into this house. So this, that is what the Bible teaches us. That's what, we should understand, that we build with wisdom, we establish with understanding. And then with this knowledge, some of us want to build with knowledge. So with the knowledge, we now we start, find what do I need in my kitchen, how do I need my bathroom to look like, what do I need here and there and there, how do I want my children to do school, what do I need for my family to thrive, right? All that is knowledge that we seek. So we put all those things in our households, but we build with wisdom. Wisdom is when you find whatever knowledge you find out there and apply it. Wisdom is applied knowledge. And I want to, share these things with us because, these are some of the things that really kill the overwhelm. They stop the overwhelm, and they, make, they should we should do life happily, really. If you're, doing a job, if you're doing a business, if you're running a ministry, whatever it is, it should be joy, because that is what it should be. The joy of the Lord is our strength, right? So when we are strong, he's happy. When we are joyful, he's happy about that. So knowledge and information is good, but it is not what builds our businesses. It is not what builds lasting things. It's not what really sustains our lives. It is the wisdom of God. And then the last thing, is it the third one or the fourth one? So the last thing is the success and the progression and whatever we need to see ourselves progressing and prospering and going forward in the things that God has allowed us to do, right? Depends on how many problems we solve. So that means if we are authentic people, if we are creative people, if we are kingdom living people, if we are God people, if we depend on God, if we claim to be Christians, if we claim to be godly in what we do, right? That means the problems that we solve, how many problems do you solve? How many things are you able to put in place? How many transformations are you able to to offer people, right? That is what helps us build sustainable things. That is what is going to help our lives to live, for us to live happy lives and fulfilled lives, and leave legacies and build things that are sustainable, right? So it is how many problems you solve. If you want to be successful, if you want to feel successful, if you want to be seen, if you want to be acknowledged, right? Solve more problems. And I'm gonna end it there, right? So if you do have why do I say that? Because solving problems is an inside job. And like I mentioned, it's through our creativity that we're able to think, connect with God, and solve more problems. The more problems we solve, the more money we make, right? And the more impact we make. So I just wanted to share those. And I think that this marks the end of our, little discussion on purpose. And if you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to go to my website, www.christinaluze.com. You should be able to connect with me there. I also put up it's a download that has 8 ways to monetize your gifts, your God-given gifts. So I believe that has been helping so many women break through or get started. And if you do have further questions, I'll definitely be happy to have a conversation. But also in the comments, please share with me your thoughts. Share with me your questions. I love to get back in there and read your comments, and then and then connect with you. So as for now, I'm gonna sign off, and I just want to say thank you so much for hanging up with me here, and we'll catch you here soon. Like our channel, support our channel, because the support is people liking and subscribing and inviting other women to come here and join us. And also on Facebook. I use I am Christina Luze on Instagram and Facebook because, I stepped into that place. I am, which is my identity. So if you say I am Christina Luze, you should be able to find me on Instagram and Facebook. I'll be looking forward to connect with you. Otherwise, we'll see you yes or stream, whatever it will be. I'll see you then. God bless you. Bye.